Welcome to Week 5 of Armageddon's 2022-2023 Fantasy League. Let's get to your matchups of the week. First matchup of the week, we have Abu Charlie, led of course by Taman Jindu, going against Get Gritty with It, led by Joe Bahi and Robert Benjamin, who've had lots of success, as we've seen in the history of this league. Taman looking to bounce back from a 1-3 start. He's got Patrick Mahomes, he's got Dalvin Cook. He's got the firepower to do it with those players at hand, along with Stephon Diggs. Can Taman overcome a 1-3 start and defeat Get Gritty with It? Or will Joe Bahi and Robert Benjamin continue to get an outpour of points from their current roster, all the way from Justin Herbert down to their flex position? Every player seems to be scoring on this team. What will Taman do? How will this matchup turn out? We have yet to find out this coming weekend. Next matchup of the week, we have Akbar Cousin, Robert Yonan going against Andre Aramia, Dreezy Dre. Both teams won last week. Both teams now sitting at 2-2. Can Akbar Cousins continue to get a consistent, strong performance from his running backs along with his wide receivers chipping in? Or can Andre start a streak and defeat Akbar Cousins on the back of Jimmy Garoppolo and Nyheim Hines, a recent start position to his lineup? It came out earlier this past week in the rumors that Pierre O'Shana was looking for Nyheim Hines in the waiver wire. Andre seems to have picked him up behind every single player in this fantasy league. Can he get some good usage out of Hines? Can he possibly pull out a win against Akbar Cousins? We have yet to find out how this matchup turns out. Stay tuned and we'll soon find out. And now we come to the third matchup of the week. Another matchup between cousins. Joseph Kashaba for threes and all net going against Matt Sultan, Silence of the Lambs. He might be saying silent, but Lord knows how much shit talking takes place between these two teams behind closed doors, behind the current players' backs. We've seen verbiage come out in recent times. You've got to be thinking to yourself, Joe's got to be bashing Matthew Sultan and his running backs. He's got to be telling him he's probably gotten lucky by getting Melvin Gordon to be now the starting running back for the Denver Broncos. Matt probably won't care. He'll take any running back production he can get. And if he can get some production from Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb, along with Joe Burrow, he could top Joe Kashaba's team. Can Joe finally get the production from Russell Wilson he's been looking for? Can Christian McCaffrey keep his point system sustained as last week? We'll have to find out again. Stay tuned this upcoming weekend. Fourth matchup of the week, we have a father against son matchup. Edmund Bahi going against Mike Bahi. They say a house divided never falls, and between these two, we are certainly looking at a divided house. Just because they come from blood does not mean that in the fantasy battlefield that these two have any love lost. None whatsoever. Mike Bahi will do anything he can to defeat his father. Mike, of course, looking to make up for his loss from last week after the tragic and unintended mistake of leaving Alvin Kamara in his lineup, who did not happen to play at all last week, and chances are might not play this week either. We now have a message from Mike Bahi, verbatim, of what he had to say about having left Kamara in his lineup. Quote, "And fuck Kamara and these bitch-ass London games. He was ruled out at 7 a.m. End quote. Goes to show just how upset Mike Bahi is when it comes to the decision-making of teams within the NFL league. Can Mike Bahi bounce back and go 2-3 this upcoming week, or will his father, Edmund, put him away with the likes of Lamar Jackson, Aaron Jones, and the number one scoring running back in the entire league, Nick Chubb? What will happen in the days as they unfold? We have yet to find out in this exciting matchup between father and son. And now the fifth matchup of the week. Bills Mafia, led by Evan, going against Strand Oakmont by Pierre O'Shana. Pierre looking to get whatever production he can get. We know he was looking for Nyheim Hines this past week. He's got Najee Harris now and Cam Akers leading his running backs. Will that be enough to top Evan's team, who scored quite a bunch last week, putting up nearly over 130 points? Can Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry, Devontae Adams continue an outpour of points, or can Pierre get an upset and start a track towards winning in this year's fantasy league? Another set of outcomes to find out by this upcoming weekend. In our sixth and final matchup of the week, what many could deem as the premier matchup of the week from two high-scoring teams, two of the top three highest scoring teams in Armageddon. Amon Ra St. Bron, led by Alban Aramia, going against Cup My Balls, led by Joey Eprim. The 3-1 Alban Aramia looking to get the highest amount of points possible from his receiving core of Mike Evans, Amon Ra St. Bron, and possibly even Joe Mixon at running back. He's got no DeAndre Swift to help him out this week either. Will this be enough to defeat the undefeated Joey Eprim? Oh, well, Joey Eprim certainly cut my balls for Albron's team. Not sure exactly what that might mean. We'll leave that to the interpretation of the current audience listening to this podcast. But Joey Eprim has got to love his production from his receiving core. Can he continue getting points from Dameon Pierce to add on to that? Can Josh Allen continue being an outscoring machine, outpacing many of the quarterbacks of this league in terms of points? Or can Albron possibly go and defeat the undefeated? So many questions left unanswered, so much yet to prove, so much to find out as this year's Fantasy Football League in Armageddon continues. Best of luck to all teams. This has been Alban Aramia. Mic drop out.